Hello. Okay. Salutations, friends. I must take a moment to do my usual checking of the audio because why would audio be balanced every single time? That's how they get you. That's how they get you. I'm not gonna lie. I took a minute after having posted about this on the social medias. I took a minute because I accidentally came across the fact that Beyonce released like her track list, and with naturally that distracted me. And honestly, we are very excited for it. We are very excited for this album to come out. Um, I think this is good. Yeah, no, we are stoked for Renaissance to come out. Okay. This book. Oh well, let's do a proper intro. Salutations, friends. My name is Brianna Sugiyama, otherwise known as No Ordinary Scholar. And hi, I am doing this stream. I don't think this might be. I don't want to say it's my last stream for a while because it's absolutely not my last stream for a while. I will absolutely be streaming next week because, in case you haven't heard, I am a part of the official book tour for Love Times Infinity by Lane Clark. One moment. I am a part of the official book tour for Love Times Infinity by Lane Clark. Very excited. I am currently in the middle of reading that book. Very much enjoying it so far. We'll be doing, one of our little live shows then. But for right now, we are talking about the most recent book that I finished, which is Pew. And then I'll be reading Love Times Infinity. And after that stream, I'm gonna do my my first my second quarter wrap up. We're just doing it a little out of order just because this is the dates that they needed for the live show, or for the live show for the book tour. I might heavy on the it's not solidified. I might be doing my wrap up just some other random day, like this week or next week before, but heavy on the it's not finalized. What is finalized is Pew. I read this book and I very much enjoyed it. I had an extremely aggressive and emotional reaction to the book. I was extremely invested in the story, in the characters, in just about everything. And honestly, I was going through, because if you didn't know, I take these cute little notes for the books that I stream. I take these notes. Almost destroyed my tablet. I take notes, and I'm not gonna lie to you, half of the notes are just fuck these people. And I stand by that. It's been a couple weeks since I've touched this book, and I absolutely stand by every single one of those fuck yous. If anything, I probably didn't put enough. Let's get into why. So this book, you have the main character, who we refer to as Pew. Pew is completely androgynous and racially ambiguous person that can only speak sometimes. And they also have no memory of where they came from, and they have no ability to maintain any mental image of themselves unless they are directly in front of a mirror, and thus do not know their own gender. They're hitchhiking and go to sleep in a church, which they typically try to go to sleep inside of a church because it'll get you out of the elements, as well as you typically are unbothered when you do such things. They are found by some descendants of slain boomers and lynchers who decide to take them home. Pew's captors get upset that I love exactly what I wrote when you can tell how fucking pissy I am with the people of this book. My exact words are: Pew's captors are upset that the grace of their pasty Christian welcome didn't immediately and wholly help them, so they start pawning Pew off on other people in the community while slowly getting more and more abusive towards them. The bigots of the town then, at the end of the book, gather for an extremely disturbing festival that you would literally only see in a white cult, and Pew manages to escape. I have so many things to say. For one, I think a major thing, and I'm 100% going to be doing a separate video on this book, specifically to talk about this thing, and that is the fact that this book is a great depiction of how quickly people will steal the autonomy and feel justified in abusing someone disabled, and especially if it is an invisible disability, and like as well as like how cruel and aggressive and disgusting they can be with an invisible disability. And for the record, by definition, Pew is disabled. They specifically describe their experience as physically not being able to speak in the company of some of these people, which is by definition a disability. They also, their complete loss of any memories of who they are, where they came from, that would qualify as a disability. Their inability to maintain an image of who they are and themselves would also count as a disability. I'm not sure, because I've seen some people talk about this, but not like I've actually explicitly seen someone refer to it as someone who refer to Pew as someone who doesn't have a disability, which is there's generally a lot of ignorance about disability, what is considered a disability. Most people would truly only think of someone who is a paraplegic and physically has to use this wheelchair 24/7 as like the only example of a disability, which is incorrect. But there's that as there's a lot of ignorance about what a disability can be, a lot of ignorance about what is understood to be a disability. If you don't believe me, look at all of those fucking TikToks where people catch someone standing up out of their wheelchair when that's just not what wheelchairs are for. More than just people who can't have who physically can't use their legs. That was but there's that, as well as I in particular may have spotted it because it is very similar to things I struggle with. Specifically the talking issues. I struggle with situational mutism, and so there are scenarios, especially for me, social scenarios, where I physically just can't speak, and sometimes when I do force myself to speak, I'm unable to say the things that I want to or I'm actually trying to say. And that is one thing, as well as some of the other aspects of it, particularly when what's coming to mind is the inability to maintain a mental image of self, maintain a self-identity, does also ring a bit similar to some aspects of autism. I'm not gonna try and break down a diagnosis for this character. That's not what I'm really wanting to talk about for this book. But what I do want to talk about is, by definition, the struggles they have make them disabled in the world that they live in. And oh my god, the people in this fucking book are such shitty people. When I say that they're trying to strip this person of their autonomy, they're trying to strip Pew of their autonomy, I mean, Pew was staying in their house, and they saw Pew outside. What they were actually doing was just staring up at the sky because I believe they were having a panic attack. From that point on, they lock Pew into their room. They genuinely didn't even think that they were the family doesn't even think that Pew was stealing. They think Pew was trying to run away, and so they lock Pew inside. You don't own this person. This person is in no way associated with you. You have zero fucking rights. This is kidnapping. This is just kidnapping. Oh my god. Oh my god. So that's an example of stripping the autonomy. Another major thing is specifically with because there's also like a major tone of people are being aggressive and cruel and abusive because they don't know what Pew's gender is. They take Pew to a hospital, and the goal is to have the doctor do an exam, and frankly, it's mostly because they want someone to check out Pew's genitals. And Pew is not comfortable doing that and does not feel comfortable doing that. And they end up leaving without doing the exam. And you have people being cruel, saying this was mandatory for you to stay here, even though we're locking you in the room so you can't even leave if you wanted to. As well as the doctor making it clear that the only reason they didn't strap Pew down for this is because they were understaffed. So, like, the only reason they didn't assault this person who just didn't feel fucking comfortable stripping down and doing a medical exam was because you just didn't have the people for it. Oh my god. I was so fucking livid about this book the whole way through. The whole fucking way through. There was also a moment where like some preacher starts being a fucking piece of shit, talking like, you guys know everything about me because I'm a good person. I have nothing to hide. Oh, like that's example of what I mean, of how people get nasty with an invisible disability. Like this, like for you start making claims and assumptions and attacking the decency of this person just because they do not engage with you the way you have through the expectations you have. And I was pissed. I was extremely pissed. I will be going more into detail about this later. Another thing I want to discuss is pretty much the title of the video. This is absolutely this white savior complex. So they literally in the book decide, oh my god, we are going to take this person in and we're gonna heal them. We're gonna heal them with our mayonnaise and our baby powder faces. We're gonna heal them. And they start, when it doesn't work out, when that doesn't become the immediate, oh my god, everything worked out, then they start passing them off to the other people in the town. And they even specifically, again, because the character seems racially ambiguous as well, they're like, well, maybe you'll feel more comfortable around black people, and they pass them off to the black side of town. And I'm not gonna lie, there is a specific quote in this book that feels like the author watched this video, stole the words out of my soul, and then put them in the book that was published, 5 years ago? I think it was 2017, or was it 2020? I lied to you. I think it was actually published in 2020. Still, this feels like I was somehow a part of this book in the line. I don't quite know what to think about the whole thing, only that it don't sit right with me. Maze found out from her sister they found the kid sleeping in their church, and they take it upon themselves to be the saviors, to take the kid in and try and figure out something on their own. Don't even alert child services or nothing, which I know because I know some people who work over there and I looked in on it. Then they give up once it gets too complicated. This is white savior complex. This is ignorance. This is ignorance of disability. This is that pray it away bullshit. I hate these people. I hate most of the people in this town. There's like a handful. There's like a small handful of people that Pew actually talks to. One of them is, I don't remember his name, the poor fucking bastard who I think is a child that one of the white families in the area adopted from Afghanistan, and they're constantly like, Nelson, I think is his name. Nelson used to be just as quiet as you, but now he talks and we get him to talk, and he's so grateful to us for saving him from his shitty life, and we're his family now, we're his real family now. And Nelson is sitting, and Nelson's in the backyard is like, I have to get drunk as hell to be around these motherfuckers. As soon as I'm 18, I'm out of here. I never want to see them again. And honestly, fuck yes. This entire, oh my god, the people of this area But let me tell you, I would say the disability issue is probably like the biggest issue I have with the people of this town. Like, and like basically everything about who they are, how they treat Pew, how they treat Nelson. I feel like how they treat Nelson is probably very similar, if not the exact same. But there's also this fucking festival that is this cultish, like, fascist ass festival, in which, so the point of the festival is everyone goes, puts on blindfolds, and it confesses to their sins. And after that, there's no more problems. There's no more trouble. No, like, no one should be, you shouldn't waste your time putting blame on other people. And it's literally, like, they're talking about this, and the whole time in the book, they're talking about how crime and shit gets even more aggressive right before the festival, and like they take the longest fucking time to tell you what the festival actually is. And I genuinely thought we were gonna have a fucking human sacrifice, which it sounds like they do have human sacrifices. Shit's fucking wild. I hate it. I hate these white people. But they're like talking, it's supposed to be you confess to what you've done in the world, and everyone is just supposed to be, everyone is just like, there's no use in blaming anyone. And the shit they confess to is like, literally, the shit they confess to is there's shit as simple as I cheated on a test to, there were so many confessions of murder. There were so many confessions of murder with that, like, I swear to God, they like refer, like, they have posters on the festival saying all failures are forgotten. I swear to God, nothing has ever made me so uncomfortable in a fucking book as everything having to do with this goddamn festival. Their police standing outside of the festival as a show of the strength of God, which is the most colonizer shit I've ever heard in my fucking life. The most fascist shit I've ever heard in my fucking life. Oh my God. And one of the things that got me so goddamn heated was specifically the quote from when everyone's making confessions. And in the scene where everyone's making their confessions, you're getting more of the gist of a thing, because everyone's talking at once, and so the author's trying to portray that in the writing, and so you get not full sentences. And someone says, "Not sure if the Bible really tells us that all men are," and my exact quote from my journal and from my reading journal is, "This motherfucking descendant of a slave owner and lyncher was gonna say equal, and this is why white people are bigots until proven allies." I swear to, I'm so sad. I was livid. I fuck these people, right? Fuck these people. Oh my God. A thing I want to just throw out there. And this ties back into the fact that this is all about being a white savior. This is all about them. This whole story is all about them trying to become the hero in someone else's story, trying to make someone's tragedy about their own heroics. And you have at the end of the book, there are quotes people had about the book. And one of them says, "Lacey works at the provocative end of contemporary American fiction, and Pew is her sharpest novel yet, a tale of the quiet savagery of good intentions and the tyranny and ecstasy of belonging." Now, I will give whoever the quote is attributed to, I will give them credit. They did put good in quotes, but like, these aren't good intentions. This whole thing is white savior complex gone fucking rogue. They're just trying to satisfy their own fucking egos. And when Pew is a person that has issues that their egos and their own self-importance does not lend credence, is that the word? That's the word my mind wants to say, but like, it does. Pew's problems are not compatible with what these egotistical, self-important, self-indulgent, ignorant ass people are willing to put into actually helping them. And so when that shows, they become more aggressive, they become crueler, they become abusive, and for the record, yes, locking someone inside of a room is abuse. That is kidnapping, that is abuse. I'm fucking terrified for the children of this household, if we're being honest. Okay. I do have some quotes. I do have plenty of quotes from the book that I want to share with you, because oh my god, I was so engaged with this book. I give this book 5 out of 5 stars. As you can see, 5 out of 5 stars, because I honestly feel like I haven't been this intensely engaged with a book in so long. But oh my god, I was here for it. I was here for it. Oh my lord. They're also saying some bullshit about Nelson being like, there's no use in pretty much in grieving his dead family. There's no use in putting your emotions there, which, like, fuck them. Also, back to the descendants of slave owners and lynchers. Literally, the main family that took Pew in, the mother of the family, her father literally lynched someone, and her biggest issue with that is that it could have ruined their reputation, and I fucking hate these people. Good quote, really good quote from the book. The human mind is so easily bent and so uneasily smoothed. I loved that. I thought that was a really amazing quote. This is another just really good quote. Did you have parents or just some people who thought they should own somebody? Fucking put that on a billboard. Honestly, if I had the money, I would put that on a billboard, because oh my god, the facts of that statement. Oh my god. Here's another excerpt I wanted to share from the book is, and I mean it, you really are welcome in my home at any time in the future, and you have been welcome all this time, and I want you to know that. It's just, I'll have to see what Steven says is the most practical after today and everything. I just have to see what he thinks. This is with, I don't know their names. I honestly don't give a fuck about their names, but this is the family that originally took Pew in. This, after the whole issue with the medical facility, which, again, Pew didn't agree to. They took Pew in the car and appeared at a hospital. Pew did not agree to this, so for the record. But this was them being like, I need to know what your gender is if I'm going to let you stay in my house. And so you're always welcome, but like not actually. And it reminds me of this thing I saw on disability, specifically autistic Twitter, where it's a thing people do is they offer to help because they find nobility in the offer itself, and they find it more so in the offer than actually doing anything to be of help, be of assistance. And so that really like screamed that to me. Let me get a drink because my throat is screaming. This is a nice little quote about how terrible these people and their use of religion is. How terrible these people and their use of religion is. It always seemed to me, and as I get older, I feel this even more intensely. Dog, I feel you. That kindness to other people comes with its own reward. It can be immediately felt, and the only thing I can see that a belief in divinity makes possible in this world is a right toward cruelty. The belief in an afterlife being the real life, not here. People need a sense of righteousness to take things from others, to carry out violence. Divinity gives them that. It creates the reins for cruelty. Ooh, is that... They ain't wrong. They ain't wrong. So yeah, this is... I absolutely do intend to do another full video on Pew. It's not going to be a live show. It's going to be one of my pre-recorded videos, and it will dive deeper and only slightly less ranty about specifically the topic of how this book depicts the stealing of the autonomy of disabled people. And will I also throw in, I honestly have like a list of descriptions for these pathetic ass white people that are absolutely going to be showing up in that video, so can't wait to see you there. Again, I have a new main channel video if you're looking for something to watch at the moment. That is a video on Shakespeare and anti-Semitism. Exciting. We love it. That it happened today. I'm working on a new vlog that'll be soon. And again, next week for sure is going to be my live show on Love Times Infinity. Maybe before that we'll be able to get in a live show for my quarter two wrap up. But that's all I have for you guys right now. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, valedictions, friends.